Hello everyone, I am Dr. Krishna Chaitanya Atmakuri, Department of Information Technology. Today's topic, Basics of HTML5 and Web Design. From the course Web Systems Engineering. Course outcome of today's topic is summarize HTML elements and attributes for structuring and presenting content of web page based on the user requirement. So we'll go through in detail basics of HTML and web design and history of HTML and with simple example. So first of all, we'll see what is an HTML. HTML is acronym Hypertext Markup Language. Is the standard language used to create and design web pages. So it is a standard language used to create and design web pages. So in previous video lecture, that is number 1, we given all the components of web application. In that we can study the basic components. In today's class, we'll discuss about HTML. So HTML, what is the use of HTML? HTML is the standard language used to create and design web pages. It provides the basic structure of a web page by using elements and tags. HTML is not a programming language. Rather, it is a markup language used to define the structure of a web content. So what does it have? Web content like text, audio, video, images, graphs, anything that is we call web content. If you want to display in the web browser, then you have to use HTML language. Hypertext defines. So what is this hypertext? In this HTML, what is hypertext? Hypertext defines the link between the web pages. So we can link from one page to another page, or within the page also we can link. So that we call it as hypertext. Then what is markup language? So it is used to define the text document within the tag, which defines the structure of web pages. So by using this HTML or markup language, we can design the web document or web page. So we have different markup languages are there. One is HTML hypertext markup language. Another is XML, extensible markup language. Right. So for every language, it has advantages and disadvantages. So first we'll see and focus on advantages of HTML. Easy to learn and use. HTML is simple and beginners friendly, making it a great starting point for a web development. So everyone, you can learn easily and they can understand and they can design the web page easily by learning HTML. Free and open source. So HTML is free. We can download freely and we can use it. It is open source. So no need to purchase any software. It is open for everyone to use. Compatible with all browsers. HTML is supported by all modern browsers like Chrome, Firefox, Safari and Edge, as well as we can also use Internet Explorer. So HTML is a lightweight and fast. Why we are moving to HTML? Because it has many advantages. One of the more important advantages is it is lightweight and fast. HTML files are lightweight and load quickly and ensuring better performance. Platform independent. So whatever you write the code using HTML markup language, so we can run on any other operating systems like Windows, Mac OS, Linux, Android, iOS. Any other operating system we can run. Write the code and run any operating system. We write the code and save in Windows operating system. The same file we can run in Linux or right. sorry, Linux operating system also. Linux operating system. So there is no any difference will be, so we can run on any other platform. So coming to disadvantages, so static and limited functionality. So using HTML alone cannot create dynamic content. So we can create only static web pages using HTML. So we have different client-side technologies are there: HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. So by using this, we can develop dynamic web pages. But by using only HTML, we can create only static web pages. If we want to create the dynamic web page, we have to use HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Interactive web pages we can develop using JavaScript. Lack of security. HTML does not provide built-in security features, making it vulnerable if not used with proper security measures. So we have to add on the security measures along with your HTML. Requires additional styling and designing. HTML does not control the design or appearance. So for this, we need this client-side technology, CSS, that is cascading style sheets for styling purpose. So that is a small definition about HTML. Here we discuss history of HTML. So HTML was developed to create and structure web pages. So by using the HTML, we can design the web pages. It evolved through multiple versions, each introduced new features and improvements. Below is a timeline of HTML's development. First of all, in 1991, they started HTML by Tim Berners-Lee. Tim Berners-Lee, the inventor of the World Wide Web. The basic version of simple text formatting and links. In our first version, that is HTML 1.0, that is developed in between 1991. They started. In 1993, they are published in standard form, and we can develop only text format and links. So in this disadvantage, does not have in this version no styling, tables, or complex layouts. So next version, they developed HTML 2.0 in 1995. First standard version published by the IETF, Internet Engineering Task Force. Introduced basic forms in this version like form element and input element, and many more. Allow tables for structuring data. So in previous version, we cannot create the tables, but in HTML 2.0, we can introduce structuring data for tables, as well as we can use form and input elements. In 1997, they developed the new version is HTML 3.2, standardized by W3C, World Wide Web Consortium. Introduced support for tables, improved form elements, basic scripting support, that is JavaScript, and presentational elements, font, center. So these elements also in this, they done some revision and they introduced HTML 3.2 version, and all these features are added. Next version is HTML 4.01. They introduced in 1991. A major improvement in web development. That is, changes are occurred. So in this, along with the previous, they added the new features like CSS, cascading style sheet. They will add the styles to your web page. They change the appearance of your web page. Better accessibility features. Frames and embedded multimedia. 3 documents types, strict transitional frame set. All these features are included in HTML 4.0.4.01. So next version they released XHTML in 2000. This is extension of HTML, that is XHTML, extension of hypertext markup language. A reformation of HTML 4.01 using XML syntax. So we already discussed two markup languages we have. One is HTML and another one is XML. So features of this XML they included, and they developed the version is XHTML. Strict syntax rules. If you use XML, you have to follow strictly the syntax. If you have opened the tag, there must be mandatory the closing tag. So properly how to close, they have to follow the order. Initially aimed to replace HTML, but was not widely adopted. So that is XHTML. And next version is, nowadays we are using HTML5, that is from 2014 to present. So the latest and more widely used version. It is developed by W3C, World Wide Web Consortium, and WG, Web Hypertext Application Technology Working Group. They developed this HTML 5.0 version. So nowadays everyone is using HTML5 for web designing. So these new features are added comparing to previous versions. They added the tags, header, footer, article, section. It also supporting multimedia support like using elements, audio, video, and canvas. So as well as using the HTML5, they introduce responsive web design. Responsive web design means that will support for all type of devices. We can open the page in desktop, in mobile, tabs. If you open it in this web page in any device, they will adjust the content automatically. So by using responsive web pages. Improved form controls. In this, they introduce for input types. One is email, another one is date. JavaScript APIs for animations, geolocation, and store. All these features are added in HTML5 version. So nowadays it is very popular by using HTML5 for designing the web pages. So this is the history of HTML. Next, to design these web pages, you have to learn the basic structure of HTML document. Without knowing this basic structure, we cannot design web pages. So first of all, we have to learn how to write the HTML code. So we can use different editors like Sublime Editor, VS Code, that is Visual Studio Code. Otherwise, we can use Notepad++ or any other editors we can use to write the HTML code. So when building web pages, understanding the basic structure of an HTML document is a first step. The structure not only provides a framework for the document, but also enables browsers to render content correctly. So by using this editor, we'll write the code. So when you save the file and open in web page the document, it will render the content and display it in the browser. Next, let's see what is an HTML document. HTML documents are text files that contain structured code which tells browsers how to display a web page. These documents are made up of HTML tags which define elements like headers, paragraphs, images, links, and many more. So we have different elements out there. So by using the header tags, you can display the content in different sizes. So if you want to display the paragraphs in your document, then you have to use the P element. Images, you want to insert in your web document, web page, then you have to use image tag. So links, by using the anchor tag, you can link from one document to another document. So like this, we have many tags out there. I will discuss one by one. So there is a web document we can design by using HTML language. So this is a basic structure of HTML document. An HTML document consists of specific tags that form the skeleton of the web page. Here is a look at a basic HTML document. See here we have different tags out there. One is important is reference to the code is written in HTML using 5 version. version. So there you have to start with left angular bracket, negation symbol in capital letters, doc type, and HTML will be written. That means you can understand. So the document is written in HTML. Next, the second element is in HTML document. HTML language is equal to EN. So all the content written in English language. Next, we have two sections are very important in HTML document. One is head section and another one is body section. The head section contain all meta elements, all links, all provided in head section. And also it contains title also, title. So one of the meta elements are meta character is equal to UTF-8, Unicode transformation format, 8 character bit. So it will transfer in the network 8 bitwise. 8 character bitwise it will transfer from source to destination or destination to source. Meta name is equal to viewport, content is equal to width device width, and initial scale is equal to 1.0. This meta element is used for a responsive web page. So to display the content in a responsive way in your web page in different devices, then you have to use the meta set is name is equal to viewport, content is equal to width is equal to device width, initial scale is equal to 1.0. Next we have title of the page. Title of the page, so top left corner of your browser it displays the what is a document. So it is a home page, or it is a about page, or it is a department page. So by using the title you can understand which page you are in. So the title represents here, very important. For every document you need the title. So these are all optional. Head section is optional. Based on your requirement you can use it. Next one is body section. Actual main content of website is displayed in the browser. What you written in between body section. So what you are written here, for example, I'm using the element is H1 element. I'm writing the hello world. So this content is displayed in in web page in big size hello world, right? So each document started with HTML and end with HTML tag. So the mandatory maximum of elements, they must start with open tag and close with close tag. The open tag is we have to write in between angular brackets, and end tag is you have to give forward slash and between the angular brackets. So each tag name you have to give in between angular brackets. So that is a simple basic structure. In detail we'll discuss here each element. Doc type declaration. So here the first line of your HTML document is start with doc type HTML. It defines the document type and version of HTML. HTML, that is root element that contains all other elements. In between the HTML you have to write your head section and body section. And it is HTML language is equal to EN. The root element of HTML document specifies the language. So what type of which language you are writing the source code of HTML document. So it specifies EN means English. Next, head section. So very important two sections in HTML document is head section and body section. What is the use of head section? You have to use the element is head. Contains metadata, links to style sheets, scripts and other important information. All this content will write in between head section. Suppose you have written styles in other document, you want to include into your web page, web document, then you have to link to that style sheet. Then also you have to write in between head section elements only. Next, meta character set UTF-8 defines the character encoding for proper text display. Unicode transformation format. 8-bit character wise, it will encode and it will transfer the data through network. Next, if you want to create the responsive web page for your web document, then you have to use meta. Name is equal to viewport, content is equal to width is equal to device width, and initial scale is equal to 1.0. That means 1.0 means it takes the screen's full page, and 1.0 means full width. By default, it takes the full width of your device. So whatever your content is there, the display in entire web page in the browser. Next we have title. Sets the title of web page displayed in the browser tab at top left corner. Next, body section contains the main content of the web page. So whatever you want to display in the body section in the browser, then you have to write in between body element, body tag. The basic structure. And we have different tags we are going to discuss. Before that, what is a tag? Right? HTML tags are keywords surrounded by angle brackets. So all that, everything, what you are telling markup language. Markup language means it contains tags. How you will write the tag in between the angular brackets, the tag name you will write. That we call as tag. So it contains two tags, that is starting tag and closing tag. So here it is a content, that is a tag name or some content. Everything you have to write in between tag name, open tag and closing tag. HTML tags normally comes in pairs like starting tag and end tag. For example, paragraph tag, paragraph. So we want to display paragraphs in your document, then you have to use p tag. So p open tag and then the closing tag. The first tag in a pair in the start tag, the second tag is the end tag. The end tag is written like the start tag, but with a slash before the tag name. The start tag is often called the open tag. The end tag is often called the closing tag. So that is the tags. So we are telling the markup language, everything you have to write using tags. The tags contains open tag and closing tag. In between that, we have to write your content. Next, one more important, you have to note, HTML tags are always written in lowercase letters. For better understanding, right, try to write in all the tags in lowercase. Next, how to save this file. How to save an HTML document with extension. So with the extension .html. So for example, first .html. The page name is first and the extension is HTML. Hypertext markup language. So once you save this file in the desktop, for example, take the project folder, it save the file with .html. It displays the logo with default browser. Right. Next, HTML also contains attributes. What is this attributes? Attribute provides additional information about HTML elements. All HTML elements can have attributes. Maximum of tags they contain attributes, that is some features, some additional information about the tag. Attributes always specified in the start tag. So we will write that attributes means in the start tag. For example, see here, HTML language is equal to en-us, English US. So this is the language. So this we call as attribute. So here tag is the HTML and there is a root element, and its attribute is language. We are assigning the value for this attribute. That is lang means language. We are assigning the languages en-us. That means we are telling the document we written in English US. So attributes usually come in name or value pairs, like name is equal to value. So here it is a attribute name, attribute, and it is a content, actual value, content, and it is assignment operator. So like this, we can write attributes for your HTML tag for adding the additional information. Right. So very important to write the HTML, to create the web page. To create the web page, you have to learn some basic tags. So in detail, with example, we'll discuss some basic HTML tags. HTML tags are defined with the H1 to H6 tags. So we have, if you want to display the content in different sizes in your web page, then you can use H1 to H6. That means we have a header tag H1, close the H1. Next we have H2. For example, hello. Right? Close this one, H1. So like this, we can write from H, right? Hello, 3. Right? So like this, we have H6 headers. So in different size, they will display. Right? Different headers. So we can display the content in different sizes by using header tags. Right. Next tag we have HR tag. HR stands for horizontal rule. This tag is used to put a line across the web page. So we want to divide the paragraphs, separate the paragraphs using horizontal line. Then use HR tag. Next we have BR tag. BR stands for break line. So that is new line characters. In C language we have new line character /n. So that means that whatever content is there, that is displayed in new line. Same like here we have BR tag. BR, break the line. It breaks the line of the code. Next we have B tag, bold tag. So whatever you give in the content between B tag, that displayed in bold letters. For example, IRE, it will display in bold. The text is displayed in bold letter. Next we have P tag, paragraphs. You want to display the content paragraph wise, then use P tag. Next we have I tag, italic. The content is apply the feature of italic, a font italic, and it will change the content to italic form. Next U tag, underline. If you want to underline the important text, then you have to use the tag is U tag. Next we want to display the content in center of your web document, then use center tag. Next we have strong. It is also same like B tag, but it is somewhat emphasized strongly. Usually appears in bold. Most of the time it looks like a bold 2. Right? So these are some basic tags you can use and develop the web page or create the web page. And some more basic tags are this. Some of them are to write the mathematical formulas. Then you have to use superscript and subscript. For superscript, content slightly right. If you want to display the content superscript form, then use SUP. Subscript form, right? For A square, you want to write A square. Then you have to use superscript. I will write A superscript 2. Then it will display in web document A square. Suppose you want to write A2, then you have to use subscript. So A tag 2, subscript A subscript 2, close the subscript tag. Right? Here also you have to close the superscript. Then you will display the content A2. So like this we can write a subscript and superscript tags. When you use the form, when you're writing the formulas, you can use subscript and superscript tags. And one more tag is the del. You want to some versions are changed or some contents are changed comparing to previous version to new version. That tags are deleted. That content is deleted. Then you have to use del tag. Then it displays like this. Next, small. If you want to display the content in the font size in small form, then you have to use small tag. And as well as you want to display in big size, then use the big tag. Right. Very important. If you see any document, web document, some content is moving from right to left continuously. So that for that, we want to use marquee tag. So marquee tag is a container tag of HTML. Is implemented for creating scrollable text or images within a web page for either left to right or vice versa, or top to bottom or bottom to up or vice versa. So, but this tag has been deprecated in new version of HTML, that is HTML5. So in old versions before that HTML5, this version we use the marquee tag. So it contains different attributes with is equal to value, direction, up, down, left, right, height also we can specify. We can also add the background color of that container and scroll amount value, how much speed you have to scroll that content from left to right. So whatever given the text in between, marquee tag, open tag and source tag, that will move from left to right by default. If we want to right, we want to change the direction, we can change it. So simple example. So marquee width is equal to 60%, direction is equal to up, height is equal to 100 pixels. So simply this text will scroll from default from left to right and it displays by using marquee tag. So these are some basic HTML tags we discussed now up to now. We'll see simple example how to create the HTML document using HTML language. So here HTML language not doing any compiling or interpreting. So whatever written in the HTML document by using markup language. So when you open that in web browser, that will be render and display the content in web browser. See simple example. All these meta characters we use, and we use the H1 tag and V tag and A tag. Right? H1 tag, header tag, whatever written the content, that is whatever you written the content that is displayed in the web page in big size. And P, paragraphs. Suppose you want to display the content in using paragraph, use the P tag. And what about A tag? So already we discussed hypertext means linking one document to another document. How to create the links from one document to another document, right? So the simple element is A tag, anchor tag. What is the A means? Anchor tag. By using this anchor tag, we can link from one document to another document. So here we have to specify in A tag href, hyperlink reference. Here you have to specify the URL or to which page you are going to link URL. So that URL you have to specify, and you can write some text, click me, and end with anchor tag. So when you click on this button, so this text, not button, sorry, it is click on this text, it moves to this URL if it is existing. If it is existing and you are given the path is correct, so it can connect. So we can specify the URL of internet also. If internet is available, that is also it connect to that page. For example, if you want to connect to www.ire.ac.in, then you can simply specify a href is equal to www.ire.ac.in and close it and close the anchor tag. In between, write the text is click me. If you click on this, internet is available. Immediately it links to this hyperlink reference and opens the home page of IRE website. So we'll develop this page and see how you are going to store and display the output. Right. So after completion of this topic, you can understand what is the fundamental basics of fundamental language, that is for designing web page, that is HTML. And also you can know the basic tags, and also you can understand its structure and evolution helps in building better, more accessible and visual appealing websites. So first we'll create simple web page, and we can save that file. Already discussed. We can use different editors. We can use different uh, editors. We can use VS Code, that is Visual Studio Code, Notepad++, Sublime Text Editor, or Notepad. So Notepad is a free, when you install the operating system, it is freely available. So by using Notepad also, we can design the web page, and we can write the code and save the file with extension .html. Right. How to write HTML document? How to design the web page? So we have to write the code in HTML, hypertext markup language. So you have to start with doc type, and we can tell the code we are writing using HTML, and version is 5. Okay, and that root element is HTML. Language is equal to en. So we can use as the para attribute, right, and close the tag. So everything you have to write in HTML element. So it contains two sections. One is a head section. One more is body section. The head section contains one of the attribute is title. We'll see simple example. For HTML document. Right. Next we'll see about actual content that we'll have to write in body section. That is, for example, by using one of the element, that is H1 header element, right, instead of Aeronautical, that is our college name, Aeronautical Engineering. And we can use one more tag, H2 tag, that is that college existing, that college address is Dundigal, right? And we can write the paragraphs tag. It is top engineering college. Right. Just save this file. Right. So how to save this file? Right. Save as. Otherwise, take one more. Tag is right, home.html. HTML. The extension is, you have to give HTML. And desktop, you are save the file. Now you minimize it. Minimize this code and check it. Desktop. We have different web pages for there. Our web page name is home page. So we can open in the any browser, whichever browser you like. Right? Otherwise, simply double click on it. So we'll get the output. So what do you return the content? So this one is using H1 tag. This one is H2 tag, and it is using using P tag. So you can also see the source code by clicking on inspect element, or we can click on source code, view page source code. We cannot edit, but we can view that source code. See here, save this file. Okay, already VS Code is there, and we can add, for example, we can apply here some basic tags. For example, I want to change this bold letter. This whatever you have aeronautical, I want to highlight it using B tag, bold. Just save the file and click on here and do refresh. Okay, sorry. Already use here H1 tag, right? Remove this one. Yeah, I want to highlight this aeronautical by using B tag. Just save the file and do refresh. So aeronautical. So here it is highlighted. Right, aeronautical. So we want to add to change the font using italic I. So use the I tag, right? So you have to write between the text, the I tag, save the file, I tag, italic. See here, this is normal text. If you use I tag, italic font, it will change. Italic font. So we want to underline this instead of aeronautical engineering. Then you can use U tag. U tag. Right, U tag, U. Just save the file. Alt F8, save the file and do refresh. So it is entire content is Institute of Aeronautical Engineering. It is underlined. So like this, we can apply different basic tags, and we can, for example, we can write a square, the formula a square. If you write a square like this, so as it is content is displayed here. Suppose you want to change to superscript, then you have to write a sup superscript, and here you have to write 2, right? A square plus, for example, b square sup, right? B square plus b square. Simple. For example, I'm taking a square plus b square. So if I want to write 2, a2, a, then you have to use subscript 2. Let's save this file. Right. Do refresh. A2. So if you want to write the formulas, then you can use superscript and subscript also. Subscript. Next, if you want to display the entire content in web page in center. Right, center. Right, the entire content in displayed in web page, what you written in body section, the displayed in center. Right, save that. Right, just do refresh. Right. So in the web page, it will display in center. Right. So like this, we can discuss many tags, and we can also link from one page to another page using anchor tag. href is equal to www. URL you have to specify ac.in. You can write here some text. Click me and close the anchor tag. And here it is a double quotes you have to close and save the file and do refresh. So here it's showing some link anchor tag. It used to link from one document to another document. So just simply click on it. It will, if the internet is available, it opens the web page. Sorry. Minimize it and double click on it. Click here. So if you given the path correctly, then it opens the home page of www.ira.ac.in. So like this, we can use all the tags. In next lectures, we'll discuss in detail all these tags. So thank you. Finally, we'll close. HTML remains the fundamental language of the web, and learning it is the first step toward web development. Understanding its structure and evolution helps in building better, more accessible and visually appealing websites. Here we understand how to design the web page using HTML language, and we understand some basic tags and history of HTML. Thank you.
Like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.